Hello, everyone. Welcome. Jayson and I are here. We're gonna have this conversation, and we're gonna have share some of our story and why California must amend SB 477. And I will introduce myself. My name is Angela, an advocate and survivor of labor trafficking, and I am a member of a survivor group called Resilient Voices of CASTLA. And Jace, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Jayson de Guzman. I'm from the Philippines. I'm also a member of a CAS Survivor Human Advocacy.
Jace, it's so good to have a conversation with you because I know I've been advocating and sharing my story a lot, but
Mm.
I never been having a conversation with you. So I know we were doing this to raise awareness about human trafficking, which the two of us live through, that something that no one should. So,
Yeah,
before we talk about our past, can you tell everyone, how do you do and how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happily married with my three boys now, and I'm currently working at LAX International Airport as a warehouse assistant manager. But per low per now because of due on pandemic. So I'm hoping this over soon and we can go back to normal in our life.
Yep, I agree with you.
How are you doing, Angela?
I'm good. I'm working right now. I'm working full time as a medical biller and coder, and grateful that I'm still working in spite of this pandemic. And I know that everybody is struggling and having a hard time at this moment. So since most people don't know, can you tell everyone how we met?
Sure. Yeah, like Angela and I met at home care facility back in 2008 when my trafficker brought me here in the United States. So we work as a caregiver. Then that's how our you know that's my slavery become when I come in that facility, and then I met Angela. So like we work long hours, 7 days a week. We need no day offs, and that's how we work as a caregiver. And but good thing, like I have Angela like always in my back and help each other out. But how about you, Angela? Can you tell anything you remember that you want to share that I did not?
Jason and I have the same trafficker, and we work, as Jason said, we work in the same facility. Um, I was recruited first and been working with our trafficker for a year and a half before Jason came on board. Um, I remember when Jason, our first day, I was in the kitchen and he was assisting our patient giving a bath, and he asked help from me, and you could see his face, that he's frustrated, and so when I showed him what to do, he kept saying that he was crying, and he told me that if he have known that this is gonna be his job, he said that he wouldn't come. So it was so hard seeing him like that, and but I have to show him that that because we don't have a choice when we're there already. So I told him that stop crying. You keep crying, that doesn't help you. And I have to show him that if I can do it, he can also do it. So he's crying and he's doing stuff, and I keep telling him that stop crying and pay attention, because I have to show you only once, so that way you have to do this on your own. So I feel bad for him, but I think that was the time that I felt him. I know how he feel, and but I just have to keep reminding him that we don't really have a choice, and if he's gonna continue crying, there's no point. So that's our basically day-to-day routine. So I know our situation there was so bad, but I want people to know, Jace, that what did you think would happen to us if we tried to escape?
Yeah. If we try to escape, probably we can get arrested. Because you both know that we don't have any documentation at that time, and we are you know that our boss is always scaring us that when you go out, you get arrested. You don't know what's gonna happen to you. But honestly, you know what? At that time, I don't really think that escaping is an option at that time because you know we don't have nowhere to go.
Yeah,
What am I gonna do if I'm escaping? Like, where am I going? Like,
yeah,
I kind of, even though I know it's the situation that is hard. I mean, I want to get out of that place, but the thing is, I don't have nowhere to go. I
yeah.
just hoping that one day, we can get help. But escaping, it was so scary thing to do it that time.
Yeah, because our trafficker keep telling us that if we try to escape, she will gonna call the police and tell the police that we stole something from her. So I think um, that I was thinking the same with Jayson, because we never tried, or we never think that we're gonna escape, because we don't know anyone here. And as Jayson said, we know that it was hard, but I mean, if we were in a foreign land, we don't know anyone. We only know our trafficker. She's the only person that we know here in the United States. So if we're gonna escape, where are
Well,
we going? What's gonna happen? At least in there we're working, but at least we have a house. We have, well, not really bad. We have a place to sleep, because Jason and I only sleep. I remember my trafficker told us that, oh, you can sleep anywhere you want, anywhere you get comfortable. So,
anywhere on the floor, like that.
so, so we sometimes we sleep in the couch, and sometimes we sleep in the floor. We just bundle up all the blanket, and or we sleep in the recliner chair with
Yeah.
our patient. But sleeping there every night, it mess up your back. So we
Yeah.
have to keep move around, where and look around where we can sleep, what part of the house where we can get comfortable and sleep. you
And
know
remember, you have to be alert all the time because
mm,
when the licensing or coming, like, you never know when the time coming. So your bed that you sleep or comforter that you laying down on the floor, you have to be quick and pour it and hide it.
yeah,
That's how our life in there. It's just, you have to find spot to sleep. You just find the spot to sleep. It was hard in that time. You're
yeah,
sleeping right next to the patient in the floor, and then when you hear the noise, you have to clear up and hide your bed, and because that way nobody can see it. Because remember our boss, she don't want to know
that we
anybody
sleep
we
there.
sleep in that facility. We
Yep,
have
that
our
we
own room. That's
yep, yep.
how.
How bad. That's how.
Hey, and then Angela, how do you feel when you knew we would be able to leave and would not have to work for 10 years to pay our debt?
I couldn't believe that we can leave. I thought, because when I first came, when I first got here, my trafficker told us that I owed her $12,000, that we have to work for her for 10 years, and with our working condition, and we only get paid $300 a month.
Yeah.
So for 10 years, how are you going to save money? For 10 years, if I can go home, how am I going to start my life? So I thought when I was there, I thought, I don't think I can stay for 10 years. So I thought that I will end up my life in prison or kill myself, you know. So
Oh,
I
imagine. Yeah, for real. Sometimes we tend to do that because our situation, But when like I said, like the same. I feel the same way what you feel in that time when I knew when I find out we'll be able to leave,
did.
or when I find out when we can get help. I was so excited, emotional, nervous, and that time. And like I was just like, oh, thanks God, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
There was a hope, there was a
yeah.
hope. So I couldn't believe that there was. But what do you wish that you have known when you were in the Philippines before you came that might have prevented you
You
becoming a
know,
victim?
yeah. I wish I had I had the right information before I get that the the offer. I wish I had um I wish I know my right before I came here. I mean, like, just being in the Philippines when you got an offer like that, you just like, oh yeah, I'll take it. But knowing that you don't know what's gonna happen to you, but our life in the Philippines. We just when you hear like, oh, going to the United States, you just like, oh, you just want to come.
Yep, of
Like,
course.
even though you don't know what's gonna happen, but like I said, I wish I have learned before. I wish I have the right information before I came. I wish I would know better before I came here. So I would, because if I know that I'm gonna be dealing with that situation, I'm gonna be working like that. I would not wish, and
Right.
I would not think about. I would not going in California
Of
if I
course.
know.
And yeah, and especially in our country, we never heard about labor trafficking,
Yeah,
right? So we don't
and
even
we
know.
never.
Yep. So we don't even know that we were gonna be in this situation. So I don't think no one wants to come, to have, because all we want is to have a better life, an
Yes,
opportunity. So for us, especially in people in our country, thinks that when you go to the when you go to the US, it's an opportunity for you and your future. So I don't think no one wants to come and work and suffer, if we have known.
yeah, of course, and then that's the people like us. That's how That's how uh, people like them, they take advantage on us because we just they're using our furnaces and situation.
Yep.
That's how they get us, and you know, but here we are.
Yep. Get it. Yeah, we survive. So
Mm. And what about you, Angela? You and I are here today to raise awareness about uh, trafficking, but specifically around labor recruiters. Can you tell everyone why foreign labor cause human trafficking, like in our case?
I think foreign labor recruiters is the number one agency in our country, but not only in our country. Um, it's all in all third world country that we use to get a job overseas. So um, foreign labor recruiters are the middle person that coordinates the process. And it is sad because they are legit in our country, you know but they have their own rules that we have to pay upfront for recruitment fee, you know
Oh.
so and we're talking recruitment fee like 100,000 pesos, and when you convert it, so that was like $2,000. So for like a regular employee in the Philippines. That's why we wanna go work overseas, because we wanna help our family. But how are you gonna get that 100,000? You know, how are you gonna get that money to pay for the recruitment fee? So most of the applicant, I've known, because in our group, usually they go to the loan shark and use their house for collateral or loan in the bank. And so when you borrowed money and thinking that when you get here you have the big opportunity and you earn money and you can send money to pay, but when you get here and you found out your working condition,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? You just have to continue working, or you know, that makes you trapped staying in your trafficker, even though you only get paid like as a $300. You know, I will still stay, because if I go home, how am I gonna pay my debt?
Yeah, that's true.
Now, am I gonna give that problem to my family? Of course not. So I I will just stay here and send money. At least I still have like $100 or $200 to send it to the Philippines, or $300 to pay off my debt over there. So that's the reason why the labor recruiter can entrap you in your trafficker. You know, because of the money that they were asking you up front. So I
Yeah,
think um, those are the stuff that people need to know about the labor recruiter. So
true.
what is the most important information for every worker that needs to know before they come to the US?
For me, I think the most important information for every working to want to come in the United States is just to have the right information. The company that they applying for, or recruiter for them, is the company is legit. It's a legit company and it's not a scam. And then I wish uh, they would educated them, the situation here in the United States, and then they got knowing what is the policy here in the United States before they came here or work here. I wish um, um, you know it's important to know what they're going to do here before
They come.
before they decide to come here. I wish they explain to them.
Mm-hmm.
They got the right information
Yeah.
before they decide to come over here, and
Mm-hmm.
knowing the job description, what they're going to do.
Yeah. um, that is the reason why we have to that's why we have to amend this SB 477. um, SB 477, it was the first of a kind legislation that I work with, that it was passed in 2014. um, it was the first law, I guess, that legislation that will be very useful and can protect all the migrant worker like us. And I was so very lucky and happy that I was part of this
Mm.
getting this bill passed. You know, I testified at several committee hearings about the bill, and I also did meetings with a lot of different offices with a group of survivors, so that we can let the Assembly and Senate know that the importance of this bill to prevent human trafficking. Because this, if this amend all the men, it means that it could protect all the visa for the migrant worker. So because right now, after it was passed in 2014, so after six years, it needed to be fixed, because when they draft the initial legislation, the bill was interpreted to cover only 3,000 workers instead of
Wow.
150 workers that it was designed to protect. But to be effective, it must protect all categories of visa that come into California, not just only the H-2B visa, like workers, which is the interpretation that they have now. So For example, it's just like you and I case, you know, we came with a P1 visa, and the visa that we have is not included in the bill that we could get protected, you know. So that's why we're having this conversation, because we need to let people know that we have to change it. To we need to let the Senate and the legislation that they have to change it. They have to include all the visa for the migrant workers, for the temporary workers, you know.
Yep, yep, I agree.
So you know, what I think one way to for our audience, for our supporter, to make us this SB 477 is to take action. You know, one way is to take action and support temporary workers by signing our online petition calling on California to cover all workers under SB 477. You can find the link on the comment on our Instagram bio, in Freedom United account, and we through in the email, they can find that link and they can sign the petition. So they can share and spread the word that we needed their support, you know, because right now, especially right now with the pandemic, you know, everybody, not only here in US, but especially in our country, that people are needed work, you know. So
Yeah,
for them, they were just gonna grab any opportunity that they really think that it was good, but if they are not protected,
yeah,
you know, then they're gonna be in a victim. They were gonna be in the hole that they cannot get out like us. So that's why we need people to sign the petition, so that for the whoever's coming, you know, whoever is the thinking that is going to come to work, so we need
yeah.
to protect them with any visa that they have, you
That's
know.
right.
So Jace, what do you think is important for people to take this action for you?
Oh, it's very important to me that people take this action because I want to help stop. I want to stop human trafficking, not only in the United States, it's all over the world. And also, I don't want them to experience what we've been experiencing in the
Okay.
past.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being human, the trap or trafficking. It's not easy. It's really really hard. So really, the public action is the best way to make social change. We need we need to show that we all care about temporary and immigrant workers, and we need more people to to stand with us and help us to our advocacy.
Yeah, I agree with you. So please, we need your support by signing the petition, and spread the word. You know, tell all your friends, your family members. Just it's just only one click to sign, and letting our legislator knows that we needed to fix it, and we need um, to protect our immigrant workers. Please, we need your support and sign the petition. And um, everybody be safe, and thank you for listening and supporting us. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Bye.